Oda reveals Loki's bounty in One Piece Chapter 1131. Loki was introduced to the fans in One Piece Chapter 1130. In this particular chapter, it was clearly revealed to the fans that Loki sees himself as the sun god and the destroyer of the world. A few years into the past, Loki murdered his own father, King Harald, and consumed the legendary devil fruit of Elbaf, which was passed down the royal line from one generation to the other. Naturally, the people of Elbaf did not take it lightly and imprisoned Loki immediately after. With the imprisonment of the accursed prince, Elbaf has been much better in a way. However, everyone in Elbaf knows that one day, Loki will be freed, and when that happens, it will be the end of the country and, with that, the end of the world as well. As to how exactly Loki can end the world, fans do not know. But, what is clearly known is that Loki possesses tremendous power up his sleeve, and if he is allowed to simply let loose, then nobody would survive. Curiously enough, right now, Luffy doesn't seem to be wary of Loki at all. Luffy could sense his immensely powerful abilities and, at the same time, his overall level of strength as well. But, he still seems rather friendly towards him. This is an interesting choice from Oda, and it is something that indicates to the fans that Luffy and Loki might not be destined to be enemies after all. Most fans might think that these two will end up fighting at some point, and although that might be true, they might not end up being proper rivals and might even join forces together later down the line. Despite the introduction, Oda reveals Loki's bounty. Oda finally gave Loki his own introduction box, and here, it was once again reiterated that Loki is the accursed prince of Elbaf and royalty. But, more importantly, Loki was also revealed to have a very high bounty. One Piece Chapter 1131 revealed to the fans that Loki has a special bounty of 2.6 billion berries. This is incredibly high and most definitely the highest bounty in the entirety of Elbaf. Furthermore, it was also confirmed in the chapter that Loki is the strongest in Elbaf, which shouldn't shock anyone, given that he has consumed the legendary devil fruit that has been passed down the royal line in the country. To prevent Loki from utilizing his powers, he has been tied directly to the treasure tree Adam, which was introduced in the story long ago and is the same tree that Sunny has been crafted with. At the same time, Loki is also covered in sea prism stone chains, which essentially means that he is powerless right now and would require external help to be freed. Loki's best bet right now is to ask Luffy to free him. Luffy, as was seen in the previous chapter, doesn't seem to be worried about freeing Loki. In fact, he might even consider it. Furthermore, in this chapter, it was also revealed that Loki has some sort of a connection to Shanks, which essentially implies that these two characters could potentially go on to strike a deal, where Loki explains his connection to Shanks. Luffy, in exchange for being let go regardless, a bounty of 2.6 billion berries is incredibly high, and something that a figure such as Loki certainly does deserve. Being a giant, and on top of that, giant royalty, great things are expected of Loki already. However, when coupled with the fact that he has a legendary devil fruit at his disposal, it makes much more sense as to why he has such a high bounty. This essentially confirms Loki to be one of the mightiest individuals in the One Piece world, if he wasn't one already, and at the same time, goes to show that he is a force to be reckoned with after all.